Kwezi Qika is one of the best longboard surfers in the world. In fact, he could almost be #1 if you take his story into account. Kwezi learned to surf in the turbulent Atlantic Ocean, even before he could swim.
I really wanted to try the sport for a long time, but obviously I couldn't swim, so I had to prolong my time of surfing. It was very, very scary when I did eventually come over the fear of not knowing how to swim and stepping up to going in the water and being in the water where I can't swim. But I was so dedicated that I looked past that.
Longboard surfing is often seen as more artistic and graceful than the shortboard version. As a young boy, Kwezi used to sit on the beach and watch the surfers. Back then, surfing was seen as more of a white person's domain. But that didn't stop Kwezi, nor did his lack of experience in the water.
I sat on the beach watching them, and I was so fascinated with these nice turns they were doing, and they'll come out and talk about how nice turns I had, and I felt so out. So then I told him, listen, I actually really want to try. He was like, really? And was really stoked, and gave me my first board and suit and showed me the basics on the beach, and I was hooked.
That was when Kwezi was 9 years old, and ever since then, he and his surfboard have been inseparable. He actually surfed for 3 years before he even learned to swim. All he had to depend on to save him out in the water was his board. But it wasn't just any old board.
I was lucky. My mom actually bought me a board, which cost her, I think, close to 800 Rand. But she managed to get that for me. And that board was my life.
That was a lot of money in the poverty-stricken Ocean View Township back then, but it was money well invested. Gang crime is rife there, and many of Kwezi's old friends spent time in jail.
It was a good thing because it kept him busy all the time. Away from the street and from the bad things.
Kwezi has become a popular trainer for affluent would-be surfers along Cape Town's beaches. He also has sponsoring contracts. But his heart is with Ocean View and the kids there who attend his free lessons.
Go to school, surf, because basically when you surf, you get yourself tired, you know, and just go out there and just you in the ocean, you understand? Nothing is stopping you there. That's where you are free, you know, that's like your office. And I think that was my call. Actually, even if you're staying in the hood, doesn't mean your dreams are crushed, you know, there's still potential. Anything is possible, you just gotta have a vision.
To be like Kwezi, to stay out of trouble and do stuff on your own and go on with your life. Don't do wrong stuff.
That is Kwezi's most important message to young people. With donated boards and wetsuits, Kwezi takes the kids down the same path that he once took on his way to becoming one of Africa's first world-class surfers.